Master of None here, just checking on the garden. A little bit of a Sunday harvest. Got some giant cucumbers, a couple of zucchini over here. The tomatoes are starting to really go crazy. Everything in the jars I'm gonna ferment, like we saw with the pickles, except this is be fermented tomatoes. Got a mixture of cherries and Romas that are coming in too fast for us to eat, and I don't plan on canning. A couple beefsteaks that we'll just eat up. Tomatillos that I don't think got planted early enough to make it, and these beds got hit pretty hard by the storms. The raised beds, this is all we really did this year. Packed a lot into them. Zucchini over there, cucumbers over here, the tomatillos, and all kinds of tomatoes back there that just got wrecked by the wind. Kale that needs to be harvested and do something with, and some broccoli that I didn't tend to close enough, so it just kind of got a seed. But that's what's going on tonight. And I mentioned I was going to ferment some tomatoes. I've got some Romas, cherries, and then in this one I did a mixture of both. A lot of my fermentation for food recipes, not for alcohol, comes from Traditionally Fermented Foods, Sharon Stronger. It's been a pretty good book for me so far. I've had it for about a year. I also, like for the pickles, I didn't do wholly recipes out of this book. I did kind of a mixture. There goes some of my lids onto the ground. This is, whoops, 2 tablespoons of salt minus, well, a teaspoon or so that I'll have to add back later. And you fill this full of water, and I'm going to drop one of my fermentation weights on that to make sure that they stay like that. And that's essentially it for these tomatoes. You put a lid on it and make sure that you don't build up too much pressure in there. Burp it once or twice a week. I leave myself a good bit of headspace there, and I'm going to drop the lid on, and I'm probably going to add a little bit more water, but essentially that's all you need to ferment tomatoes. And in this book she's got recipes for like making a marinara sauce out of just a jar of fermented tomatoes and a little bit of fresh basil and some garlic. So this is to me a pretty good recipe, and it's a quick way. I'm not a big fan of canning. I mean, I like canned foods, but you need a lot of it at once and you need a lot of time to do it. This, well, you've seen how much time it took me to prep these tomatoes. I mean, I put them in the jar, you add your salt, you add your water, you put a lid on it, and you burp it once in a while for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then you can move it to a cooler space. So, once again, this is Master of None. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.